So Saturday, 9 in the morning, supposed to be another hot day in California. We had this just heat wave thing going through our state for most of the summer, but it is time to service the Panigale V2. And the V2 rolled over about 3,000 miles here recently. It did change hands, so my buddy did buy the bike from me, so it is no longer mine, but we are gonna service it. So oil change, needs a brake fluid change, clutch fluid change, check the chain, check the tire pressure, things like that. We're also gonna be removing the, I used to have like frame sliders on it, and I took the sliders off, but the brackets are still there. So it requires that a lot of the fairings be pulled off to change those brackets. We'll be doing that today also. I'll also be updating you on the MV Agusta that you've seen on this channel. It's having some issues. It's actually not even running right now. An update on the Aprilia, which I've had to warranty, the gas tank, and an update on the V4 as far as plans for it, and also updating you guys on the damage that the dealer caused to that V4. You guys probably recognize this bike, 2017 MV Agusta Dragster 800 RR. For those that follow this channel, you guys have seen this bike before. We fixed some other issues on it, but now it's having some more issues. Let me see if I can show you guys the warning. I hate on MVs, you have to pull the clutch in to start it. Okay. And let's see if the warning comes on. Yeah, there it is. Fault coil 3. So basically what's happening is the number 3 cylinder is not firing. It is pretty cool that on the MVs, it tries to tell you what's wrong with it. It has like an onboard diagnostic system. Most bikes and cars too, it'll just have a check engine light and that's it. As you guys saw there on the MV dash, it actually gives you a clue. It tells you there's a fault with the coil. So knowing MV, that may not be a correct diagnosis, but hopefully it is. It is a pretty cool feature. I didn't know that MVs had that. So basically what's happening is, as you saw there, it'll turn on, it'll idle, but as soon as you go into gear and try to put it under load, it will stall. So kind of a major issue. We actually had to have a friend of ours put this bike in the back of their truck to drop it off. We weren't able to, the owner wasn't able to ride it here. Luckily, we were able to get parts for this, so thank you to the guys over at Monroe Motors. They're located in San Francisco, California. They had the coil and the spark plugs in stock, so hopefully that diagnostic system on the MV is correct and this really is the issue. We also got some coolant here. This came from Elk Grove Power Sports here in Elk Grove, California. If we look at where the coils are, they're way back in there, so we're gonna have to pull off the steering dampener, tank, as well as many other things. Coolant bottle needs to come off as well. So it's gonna be a pretty big project. I'm just hoping that that coil really is the problem. We've had issues with this MV very recently. So the controls, here I'll show you guys. The controls, these all needed to be replaced. We weren't able to get a brand new one, so we had to get a used one off of eBay. Turn signal relay was also out. We weren't able to get a new one of those either. We did have to go to eBay for that as well, but after changing that and that did alleviate our issues. We also had some corrosion inside this fuse box. So, I mean, MVs are just gonna be MVs. They're very cool bikes, they're very unique. I love the way MVs look. I actually really like the way that they ride as well, but as far as quality goes and dependability, it's just, I would say it's poor to very poor. You look at how they're constructed, they're just not the greatest. Doesn't mean that they're bad bikes, but if you don't live by a dealer and or you can't fix things on your own, kind of a tough bike to own. I've seen in my comment section as well, other owners of MVs say that they've had issues with their MVs from the start, and not old MVs, I'm talking, hey, I have a 2022 Brutale, and they've had issues ever since they bought it. You know, it's just one of those things. So we're gonna go ahead and take this on a little ride, probably 15 minutes, get it all the way heated up. Andrew's gonna do that. Of course, gotta do a cold start. back. Got that oil draining. Let's look at our oil drain plug. I was interested to see that. So got a little bit of gunk on there. Looks like mostly clutch material. I think this oil, Andrew, had what, like 1,800 miles on it or so, something like that?
Yeah, just about.
Okay. And now what? Now you're pulling off the
oil filter housing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For the cartridge.
Right. The little cap for the cartridge, like the 2/8 there. I think the oil was like pretty clean, huh?
The oil was pretty clean, and the drain plug dude looks pretty clean too. There's like barely any shavings on there.
Yeah, it's not bad at all for 1,800 mile oil. Pretty clean. It's still like red and everything still.
Yeah, I mean the way we ride it too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's hard to make your oil dirty at 65 miles an hour.
Super clean. Drain pretty fast after riding it or warming it up.
Yeah, once you get those most of the way in, you should be able to kind of like wiggle it off. Yeah, like it has those O-rings in there, so it's kind of a pain, but once you kind of like wiggle it.
Yeah, it's coming.
There it goes.
Oh, there it goes. Whoops.
There we go.
Yeah, it's still pretty clean.
Oh, that thing holds a lot of oil.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that much to drop.
Still coming out.
There it goes. Yeah, when you get it nice and hot,
everything comes out.
Flows right out. All right, hell yeah. Just a reminder, if you like good, honest content on Aprilias, Ducatis, and MV Agustas, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, follow me on Instagram. It's the same handle here, Ride with Kai. Ooh, what's up, Onyx? What are you doing, just getting in the way? Shop dog today? Okay, so we got that filter out. Looks pretty clean. Of course, whenever you do this, you want to do new O-rings, new washer, new crush washer for that drain plug. All right, let's put it back together. A little update on the Aprilia. So as most of you guys know, the finish on my Aprilia tank failed already. I purchased this bike in January, so it's, what is that, 9 months old, something like that. By now, it's September at the time of the recording of this video. Already failed, so luckily Aprilia did approve that warranty claim, so I'm just waiting on parts. It's been about 4 weeks or so since that claim was approved and the parts were ordered, so hopefully we get those in very soon. But still kind of sucks to have something like that happen. I hope that it's not an inherent issue with these, meaning that if I get a new tank, I don't want, if it's constructed the same, if it has the same finish on it, that means it'll be susceptible to cracking again, basically, which hopefully is not the case. And just to satisfy any curiosity, the warranty repair cost on that, looks like the tank is $1,247. There's various stickers that it requires. There's like 6 stickers on the invoice. They're about $7 each, and then 0.6 hours of labor. The stickers concern me a little bit because on the factory Aprilia tank, there's some type of clear, like a matte clear over all the stickers. If the dealer is putting on the stickers after the fact, then that means there's not gonna be any clear on that. So I'm not quite sure how that's gonna work at this point. But at least it is getting warranted. I didn't get any hassle from Aprilia. I just needed to send in some pictures. The dealer pretty much handled everything. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm just a little concerned about the whole matte clear thing.
Yeah, some thick oil, bro.
All torqued. Gonna move on to the brakes next. I'm gonna change these out today too. There used to be a frame slider there. All right, let's make a little, what do you call it? A little bottle for our...
Oh, for the fluids?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yep,
In
Japanese
Panigale.
company.
Fill this out, and we're going to go ahead and put your cap on. Make sure
Be fine.
Cool, so there's like 3.5 in there now.
A little bit over 3.5.
Sweet, okay, cool.
Tad
Just have to check the level, and as long as it's not starved at that initial idle, we should be good. I'm gonna throw these dominoes on the V4 too. About the same ones as on the RSV4. Black and gray. So.
Oh, the match, yeah, black accents.
Yeah, because I'm like, whoa, we already put black and red on the V2. These need to be replaced anyway, kinda. So, try black and gray on the V4. All right, so it's all filled up. Let's go ahead and start it up so we can check the fill level. It's gonna be very loud inside this garage here.
It's good.
Yep, start it up. Alright, so while we're letting that warm up, let's check out Andrew's little track spec S2000. So it's on Olin's?
Olin's, yeah.
Yeah, Olin's C28s.
Those are 17 by 10, so there's some pretty wide
17 by 10, so square setup?
Yep, square.
And it's what size? What size tires?
255s, yeah.
All around. Got buckets, Recaro, right? Yeah,
Recaro
bucket.
Schroth Racing harnesses.
Obviously has the Jay's Racing Arrow too. Corsa Club. And then you're always at Thunderhill.
Thunderhill
West?
mainly, yeah. West and East, yeah.
West and East, okay. And this is, what year is this?
03.
03, AP1.
AP1, yep. Last of the AP1s.
Yeah, it's got a cage, OEM hardtop. So you got the little camera mount there as well. Carbon wing. You can see that quality's super nice on that wing. Take a look inside. Again, the buckets with the Schroth harness. Nice little setup for the track. I think those are OEM headlights as well. Let's take a look. Yep, those are OEM headlights. So, JDM headlights. Nice. All right, should be good on this one too, huh?
Yeah, I think we could shut her down.
Yeah, I think we can shut it down and then check our fill level after we let it sit.
Yeah. That's gonna suck.
Don't spill that.
That's gonna suck.
All right, let's see what we got here. Just keep an eye on the level.
Yeah, let me open this real quick.
Yeah, let's get these. This is the original fluid, so
it'll just probably flow right out.
it's time. Yep, for sure.
It's gone.
It's time.
Going.
Actually, the fluid looks pretty clear, like
Really?
at the caliper.
That's just up here then, probably just from the sun. Yeah, you can keep going, keep going. Keep going. Is it coming out pretty fast up there?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like, well, actually, no.
Now it's moving.
not compared to
Yeah.
a car.
Holes right here. Yeah, slow down actually.
Okay, I'm
Stop right
gonna
there.
shut the valve.
Yeah, probably shut
the,
it from here.
The banjo, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
on
don't
the
know how I'm supposed to
MV,
get
I was
this
like
in
trying to
here.
bleed it. I bled the crap out of the rear brakes, nothing. It would still be spongy immediately. And then I found like a TSB that said you actually need to bleed it from the ABS block and then from the cylinder. So it's like, okay. Right, then after I did that, it was good.
That's hella scary.
We're able to
Yeah. No, you good? Yeah,
kind of spill it on that. You gotta, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Spilled on the wheel. Yeah, as long as you rinse it off, it's good. Yeah, that's weird. We were getting fluid out coming, or we were getting bubbles coming out through the reservoir too. But it's all nice and clean now. So I think whenever you're ready, I'll crack it open. I don't see any other leaks or anything. I think this bracket back here from the sliders, this one will be easy to take off. It's that other side that looks
Because that fairing has to come off, huh?
I think we're gonna have to take that off, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so actually being down here when I was bleeding the clutch, it kind of reminded me of the AEM rear set fiasco. So we're still waiting on AEM. I requested a new, if you guys didn't watch my other video, this side rear set, the bracket for the for the spring return, this return spring, it was the wrong size. So AAM promised to machine a new one with my specs, even though they swear that they've sold these rear sets for years for Panigale V2s. It should be correct. Well, I mean, I just gave them the measurements. It's obviously not correct. It's been since April and it's September now, so I'm going on 5 months, still no part. Bellissimo Moto's been really cool. They've been really helpful, but if you guys buy anything from AEM, you know, just know that they make some cool parts, but their support is not so good. Shoot, yeah, we're gonna have to take this whole thing, huh?
Yeah, let me put on my other shoes. This one's actually uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think it's the only way to put this heat shield back on. There's no way to do it with just pulling it away. So, all right, let's take the whole thing apart. So, got that shield back on. If any of you guys are wondering, that's what the inside of the Panigale V2 looks like. Just a mess of just crap in there. So, I think we're ready to put the fairings back on, I think.
Bolts for the top fairing?
Yeah, I got all the fasteners and everything.
So, I'll bring this one over here for now. I'm
just gonna start.
Oh yeah, I'll wait for you on that side. Clean.
What is that from?
It could be from an oil, because it's this way, right?
Yeah, so.
Unless it's like water that's been trapped.
Could be, but. Oh, it's from the overflow. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we're good. All right.
Yeah, that's good, like, bro. Yeah, because I was like, everything else like clean, so it's not oil, so.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst case, it was like oil from the last change.
Okay, so there's that. These are all on. We still gotta go underneath and do some. But everything's fitting back together okay though, right?
Yeah, everything looks pretty good.
Fitment issues or anything?
Not that I noticed. Everything's pretty good.
Cool. Okay, but it feels like, it doesn't feel weird anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't feel as
soft.
bad. Like I'm not, when I'm braking though, it's not smashing my knuckles.
Okay.
That's good. The clutch is good, I was just testing it out if it'll engage.
Cool, okay. Hell yeah, cool. Okay, so V2 is all serviced, new fluids, you can see. Brake fluid's all nice and clear, same with the clutch fluid, new oil, chain adjusted, air pressure's good. Update on the V4, that lower fairing that was damaged, I showed that in my prior video when we lowered this bike. So basically what happened on the V4 is I had the V4 in for its first service. I took it to a Ducati dealership. They left a bunch of spilled oil on the bottom of the exhaust as well as inside the exhaust heat shields. I also found some damage on one of the belly pan fairings. So when I brought it to their attention, they did offer to replace the one fairing, which I think is pretty fair. Or they indicated they would give me a credit on service. So what I did was I tried to fix that fairing as best I could. I kind of buffed it and polished it, took the transfer mark off of it. There still is a little gouge in the fairing, which kind of stinks, but I was trying to be fair to the dealer. I told them, hey, you know what? I was able to polish out most of the damage to the fairing. I was able to clean up the oil on the exhaust. It did kind of burn on in some areas, but I am gonna change that exhaust anyway. And just to clarify, it's the stock exhaust we're talking about here. As you guys can see already, I put a Terminoni exhaust on this bike, so the stock exhaust is no longer there, but still, I don't want a stock exhaust that I may need later that has oil burned all over it and the heat shield's ruined. So that's kind of an issue, but I wanted to be fair to the dealer. So what I said was, well, you know what, I actually need to get new tires on a set of one of my other wheels. I'm gonna transfer my Marcassini wheels from the V2 onto the V4 and put the stock V4 Enki wheels on the V2. So then what the dealer had said was, well, we can't give you a discount on the tires themselves, but we can give you a discount on the service portion, so the mount and balance and all that. And I go, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, that's kind of, to be honest, that's kind of all I was looking for. You know, if I could get like $300 credit on something, that'd be great, right? I didn't feel that making the dealer buy a almost $700 fairing was fair, considering it's just a gouge on the bottom. It's not gonna kill me. I'll get over it. I'm not trying to be fair, but what the dealer responded with was, well, we can give you $50 credit on, or $50 discount on the service portion of that mount and balance tire service. So it's like, well, you're offering me, I was trying to be cool, I was trying to be understanding, because these things happen. These bikes are hard to work on. Nobody's perfect. Anybody that's worked in any job ever knows that sometimes you mess up stuff and things just happen. But for the dealer to offer me to replace almost $700 fairing or give me a $50 service credit, you know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the fairing. So it goes to show you that's what happens when you're too nice. It's kind of a slap in the face for them to offer me a $50 discount on a service. So, you know, maybe I can work something else out with them, but I'll probably just be, you know, replacing that fairing. Kind of too bad. I was trying to be cool about it. I didn't think that the dealership should have to eat $650 fairing for that little gouge, but, you know, they don't want to give me at least a decent discount on a service, then I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. And really all I was looking for, you know, if they would have gave me like $300 off, I would have been happy with that. I would say that that's pretty fair. You know, I was able to clean up most of the oil and mostly fix the fairing. So that's pretty fair, but you know, I guess they're gonna have to eat that $600 fairing. I'm not gonna out the dealership at this point yet, but you know, that's why dealerships get the reputation that they get. I don't think, maybe you guys let me know, am I being unfair here? I thought I was being very, very fair. I was being very cool, very understanding that, you know, things happen. I don't expect anybody to just be perfect all the time at work. But I mean, to offer a $50 service credit for a damaged fairing and a damaged exhaust, I don't think that that's good customer service at all. So anyways, guys, have an MV Agusta here that doesn't run, have an Aprilia that has a failing tank finish on it, have a Ducati V4 that was damaged by the dealership. So basically the only good tip-top shape working bike here is the Panigale V2, which is not even mine anymore. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for joining this vlog. We'll see you on the next one.